Today, January 26th in the year 2024 CE, the International Court of Justice has ruled Israel is complicit in acting out a genocide. The voting resulted in a 15-2 ruling, with the Ugandan and Israeli judges being the only two voting against, and also notably the United States judge voted in favor of the proposal. Political experts speculate the U.S. judge voted in favor of the order to keep up appearances in the eyes of the world, while ultimately supporting Israel's actions. After the events of October 7th, more than 26,000 Palestinians have died, with the vast majority of the deaths being civilian, and over 12,000 of the deaths are children. The ICJ did not demand a ceasefire, as this is technically not within the reach of the ICJ. However, the ruling explicitly states that the International Court of Justice will report back with an update on their assessment for 1 month. The illegitimate, settler, colonial, fascist puppet state of Israel will be held accountable if their actions continue, which seems to be the trend. Israel head puppet Benjamin Netanyahu tweeted today, I believe just 1 hour after the ruling, that the war will continue, while also using covert rhetoric about Israel's right to defend itself. The Zionist supremacist occupation also continued with claiming they will uphold international law, which is fundamentally impossible as long as not only Israel continues to illegally occupy Palestine, but also while the government continues its genocide against the Palestinian people. The ruling has had a rippling and divisive effect amongst both Israeli flying monkeys and pro-Palestinian supporters. Many Israelis are elated to know they can continue killing innocents, while others see this as a clear setback in the eyes of the public. And while the masses supporting Palestine are unhappy with the seemingly lax verdict, this will nonetheless push for legitimate consequences against Israel. An example of these consequences could be sanctions, specifically arms sanctions, against not just Israel but also nations supporting the genocidal occupation. What we can expect is more death and destruction, and a new ruling will be entertained after yet another month of ethnic cleansing, human rights violations, and war crimes. The United States also reportedly sent the director of the CIA to Israel in the alleged hopes of pulling back the war efforts from Israel, but any semi-historically literate leftist can tell you foreign intelligence involvement from the most vicious imperial power in world history claiming to assist ending the tragedy is just a claim at that. While it's important to recognize the limits of the ICJ, if a global judicial coalition of multiple other countries is not willing to stand tall against the actions of Zion Nazis, then the farcical world order and so-called concepts like justice are illusions and nothing more. Frankly speaking, disillusionment of world institutions is in the DNA of communists, but the waning control of fascist imperial America may allow for new world powers like China to help end the terror. Multipolarity will be a beacon of hope in the face of U.S. hegemony. After all, just a few months ago, China helped orchestrate a peace deal to end the blockade and famine in Yemen caused by Saudi Arabia, a rare China foreign policy W, if I may say. This ended the tens of thousands of deaths from famine and war in the region. A war started and continued by capitalism and imperialism was ended by a Communist Party-run nation. I would personally advise, after hearing this news, to continue awareness and activism, keep deterring business as usual, and please find whatever ways you can to disrupt the economy and hurt the United States and/or Israel as much as possible. As long as innocent children are still being slaughtered, no peace can ever be achieved. So glory to Palestinians, glory to Jews, glory to Arabs and all Semites, glory to working people, glory to humanity. Israel's evil does not define us. It is not the end-all, be-all. America's evil does not define us. It is not the end-all, be-all. We will persevere. What gets me out of bed every day is seeing the balls of steel, the iron will, the steel backbone of Palestinians, unwavering, unbroken, despite all this trauma and misery and destruction and death they endure every day for decades and decades. Palestinians and any other Arabs or Muslims around the world, especially those who have been victims of my country's actions, hear me clearly. You are not alone. There are millions and millions of people in America alone who stand with you. We cannot sleep seeing what is being done to your families. We cannot rest while our tax dollars yet again contribute to your destruction. We will find no peace or acceptance in these actions. You are a beautiful and exceptional people, exactly like our Jewish cousins, and these European colonial Zionists will never succeed in dehumanizing you, family, and friends. I'm gonna mess this up, but assalamu alaikum to you Arab and Muslims. We stand with you. Tyranny will not prevail. The workers of the world grow stronger every day. We are more united than we have ever been, and the bourgeois dragons sleeping on their hoards of wealth will not rest for much longer. Change comes for them. They know it. We know it. My sorrow and my apologies mean nothing, but I will share it all the same. To any Palestinians and any Arabs watching or listening, I am so sorry for my nation's evil actions. They will not get away with this. I promise you. Please persevere. Please stay strong. Please do everything you can. And thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and like if you want to see more content. I hope anybody who's watching this is doing well. Stay strong and peace to you all. Thank you.